good afternoon. It depends on the time zone where you are watching us right now. Today is Sunday, January 26th. That's 2025. So you are welcome wherever you are watching us right now to this broadcast. Bandit, about 30,000 bandit camp discovered in Southwest. That is what we are looking at today. About 30,000 bandits camp discovered in Southwest. Not only in Southwest, not in Southwest generally alone, just in one state. Just in one state. I repeat, 30,000 bandit camp found in one state. This is a breaking news because the news came out today and it's a warning to all the people living around the territory, all the people living around that area, that zone. They have to be careful because about 30,000 bandit camp discovered just in one state. Just in one state. I'm going to read out the news and I'm going to give us some video evidences and other things concerning what they are pertaining to this in Osun State, Oyo State, Southwest in general. Then there's another news. I'm coming back to that news now. There's another news that talks about the wife of the former Lagos State Commissioner Abi, that's the AIG Abi, that the wife was found today. The wife, thank you, sir. You are welcome, Gavar. You are welcome. The wife was found. And the funny thing is that the reason why I'm interested in this, happy Sunday, sir. You are welcome. You are welcome. Aberu Gavar, you are welcome, sir. The joy of it, the joy, and let me say, the number one is that the joy of it is that we found the woman, because that has been the major headache for all typical Yorubas, especially people like me that love freedom. It has been a worrisome issue because when the issue started, a lot of people were shouting Sunday Igboho, and calling on other notable people, powerful people, and people that are highly intelligent in terms of all this issue of security to please, because it's a slap. If they kidnap the wife of a former commissioner of police, it's a slap on Yoruba. It's a slap on the whole entire Nigerian police system. So thank God the woman was found. But the sad part of it is that the woman was kidnapped and she was, put in a certain place at the back of her house. We didn't even shoot. We just asked ex-police AIG's wife to step out of her cars, and she did. That's the suspect. That's what the suspect said. Let me quickly read what is there. It said the suspect arrested in connection with the kidnapping of the wife of the former assistant inspector general of police, that's AIG, Akim Odumosu, has shared details about share the details about whereabouts. Okay, the suspect arrested in connection with the kidnapping of the wife of the former assistant inspector general of police, AIG Akim Odumosu, has shared the details. So on Channel TV, the suspect narrated how they abducted the victim and kept her hidden over a week. The funny thing now is that they keep her around the house. You can see how our intelligence and the security about what we are shouting. Is it not this what we are shouting? That nowhere is safe in Nigeria again. The woman was kidnapped and was within our own area, and nobody knows. Nobody knows until when intelligence was fully involved before they get all these suspects. Now in Osun State, let me quickly read that. In Osun State alone, they have discovered about 30,000 bandit camp in Osun State. What are they doing there? How are they, surviving, or what business are they doing there? That's what I want to read out. And that's when we are talking that everybody should be vigilant. You look as if we are exaggerating. You look as if, what is this people saying? Is all this thing that they are saying, is it real? Thank God these people that are involved in our security that bring out the news. And for everybody now to discover that there's fire on the mountain, especially in Southwest, because they have seen us finish. If I may use that word, they have seen us finish. So everything that they are doing now is to capture our forest. And they know that when they capture our forest, there's nowhere to go, nowhere to run to. Let me quickly read that. Now, let me read as the paper put it today. The paper put it today. Let me quickly read that. We have seen camp of over 30,000 Northerners in Ilesha. For those of you that are from Ilesha, Ijebu-Jesha, all those Aziz, up to SRK, up to Saudi, what's the name of all those areas? So you have to share this news. If you are watching it, please share it to your people around that territory now, so that they will know that this is not a fake news. This is a reality. We have found over 30,000 Northerners in Ilesha, Ile-Ife forests, miners hiding terrorists. Gani Adams. It's Gani Adams now that break out the news that what they discover inside the forest, they cannot say everything, because terrible things is happening inside our forest. I'm just saying this. Now that we are talking about only one state, if 30,000 camp, 30, we are talking about 30,000. I'm not saying 30. We are talking about 30,000. If you are counting, we are counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, up to 30,000 can find in one state. That means something is wrong with us. And this is why we are shouting. That means something is wrong with us. Let me quickly read that. Gani Adams is shouting now that there is a problem in Southwest. There is a fire on the mountain where everybody needs to run. Those people that will say, you know, reach my side. You know, reach my side. By the time all these people, let's assume that it is 1,000 in one camp. Let's assume that the people found in one camp, they are 1,000. And they discover about 30,000 camp now. How many thousand is that? So if they send 30,000 bandits to Osun, to Oyo, to Ondo, to Ekiti, they will do a lot. And that is what we are shouting. Now, a lot of people think that our wahala too much. You talk too much. Where did you see all those things? Now, when I remember those days when Sunday Igboho was talking about let my people go, I'm very sure most of these OPC too, some of them came out. Some of them came out. So those of us that have been following us from some years back, you understand what I'm saying? They said that Sunday Igboho he talked too much. He talked too much. Everywhere is good. Everywhere is fine. Thank God that this news is coming from OPC. Not even only from the member now. It's coming from their Oga Patapata, which is Gani Adams. You can verify the news. It's just the news, the breaking news. Gani Adams, Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, has accused the miners of hiding the terrorists and expressed concern about the influx of Northerners in Ilesha, Ile-Ife due to mining activity. You can see that mining activities, because they are using that now as a strategy to penetrate into Yoruba lands in the name of mining. Number one, I used to say it, I've said it before in our show, like around January or February last year, that the mining that took place, that is taking place in Osun Aziz there, especially Ilesha, up to Ipetumodu, all those areas, who are the people who authorize those mining activities? You remember around June, was it June or July last year too, we brought a news that one of the Oba was sent to prison from that axis too. One of the Oba, that the Oba connived with the miners and they were mining the resources of the states, and the money is going to one Oba's pockets. You can see the kind of country we are. Because the resources, to me, I see that maybe the resources is too much. We don't know how to manage it. Because if it is just resources that is not much, I think there will be thorough supervision. Some countries have just one. Some countries don't even have one. They just buy from other country and they, make use of it to produce another thing. But we have it in excess. We have it in abundance. I think that's why we don't know how to take care of it. The Oba was sent to prison because of this illegal mining. One of the Oba in Osun State. You remember last year I brought the news. This is another one now. Thank God it's Gani Adams that is saying it now. Let me quickly read that so that people can understand what we are actually saying. Not that this is not a fake news. We don't do that on this platform, please. Recall that Yoruba Councils of Elders, YCE, and other stakeholders had issued stern warning to Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists hibernating in southwest region to have immediately or face the consequences. We are worried over the influx of Boko Haram fighters in the southwest. We had discussed at the Ààrẹ in council meeting, the OPC meeting, and Southwest Security Stakeholders Group. You can see that. They've discussed that before. So let me quickly read that because of our time. The influx of the Northerners in Ilesha. Those of you that know that Ilesha has this very well, because I know the area very well. The Ilesha, from Ilesha to Esauke side, to Esaudo, Ijebu-Jesha, all those Erinjesha waterfall, you know that they have forest there. They have a lot of forest there. Up to Ipetumodu. All those areas, they have thick forest there. Because I know the terrain very well. You know that this area needs thorough supervision. Now Gani Adams is shouting out that they have taken over the forest. They have taken over the forest. And this is the time that all of us need to wake up. Because Yoruba will say koruni omando yikanini. One day when we say we does not concern or they cannot do anything, one day we all wake up and we discover that our land has overrun and the land has taken over by Fulani. But that is their target. Their target is that by the time we chase you away, you guys will run to abroad. Have you seen Fulani going for engineering or medicine in UK or in other country? Their own is to stay inside the bush because they know that when they chase you away from the bush, you leave the bush for them, they take over the bush. By the time you come back, they tell you they are the owner. Like what is happening in Kwara State now. This is exactly what they are doing. They know what they are doing. But many of our people, by the time we shout, they think that we talk too much. The influx of the Northerners in Ilesha, Ile-Ife is because of the mining activities going on in the area. We have seen the camp of over 30,000. Did you hear that? 30,000. Not bro. Can't it? Any títí dé 30. We're talking about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, up to 30,000. So if they now release those 30, let us know they camp full of 1,000, and they release 30,000 people out, the bandits out. You know the havoc they will cause. Know the terrible thing that will happen in Yoruba land. And that's why we are shouting. It's not a thing of joy. It's a thing. It's time now. When Makinde was shouting, bandits are some weeks, some kilometers to my house. Some people said that Makinde talk too much. He's a coward. He's this. He's that. Some weeks ago in Osun State, I brought a news also that about 10 people were arrested in Osun State in a factory where they are making bombs, IED, all this improvised this thing, and they took them to Abuja. They have successfully entered Osun State. They have successfully entered. And this is the time that Yoruba people need to wake up. All those rubbish that they are doing in Igboho, all those what Oluwo and Mufti, they are doing. We can see the handwritten on the wall now. I'm telling you, we can see the handwritten on the wall. Like Yoruba will say, when afa tó níyàn máa mú ni ọmọ tiẹ̀ náà ò ní jẹ tírà, because by the time these people successfully, cause problem in Osun State, they too will suffer. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wòlíì tó níyàn máa mú ni ọmọ tiẹ̀ náà ò ní jẹ sáàmù, bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí, because by the time tó bá di wòtòwòtò, tó bá di woro sí woro nísìnyí, everybody eyes will now clear. Because some people should not think that they are the only one that have monopoly of craziness. No, some people should not be thinking as if they are the only one that has the monopoly of that stupidity. Yorùbá will say, tá a bá lé àgùntàn dórí ilé ni, tá a bá padà lẹ́yìn rẹ̀, ìmọ̀ ń gé èèyàn jẹ káyìn ni. And that is why everybody need to stand up now. We are talking about security. Oyinbo people will say safety first. A country, a state, or a town without security is nothing. Nobody. The fear. You see the way they chase people away from Ife, chase people away from their forest. People can no longer go to farm. Before, in Yoruba, we used to say we are the largest cocoa producer. Now, can you say that again? We are the largest producer cocoa in Yoruba land, from Southwest, from Osun State. Where we see people inside forest again. Where we see people inside farm again to go and produce cocoa. Have you seen, where? Because they successfully chased away our farmers. So, how do you want the farming activities now to continue? And their major target is that they want to be the sole provider of agricultural produce. So that if you cannot go to farm, you buy their products. So they can now dictate if they are to bring it or they are not to bring it. They will not be dictating for us. But we will not be able to go to farm again because they have captured the farm. That is the problem. Now, let me continue. We have seen the camp of over 30,000 northerners around Ilesha, Ile-Ife forest. They have created villages. They have created villages around there. They have created their own villages. They have created villages there to live. Gradually now, if those villages, if by the time they live there for like 10, 20 years now, they'll be claiming Omonile. Abi? That's why Yoruba man pa òwe kan wọ́n ní àyè gba tápà ó tún kọ́lé ègúnú. Mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. That is why Yoruba used to make that proverb. Wọ́n ní àyè gba tápà ó tún kọ́lé ègúnú. Because ààyè ti gbà wọ́n, they now claim Omonile. They claim Omonile. They successfully chase away the villagers. And they built their own there. Oh, not so you. OPC, they are the OPC that are saying this now. Because if it is Igboho that is saying all this now, a lot of people say, oh, when Janone is a lie, is a lie, is a lie. Yes, OPC should rise to the rescue. They say, thank you, Yare. I think the reason why OPC, Gani Adam is saying it out too, is for them also now to wake up to their responsibility. After all, they are the security forces for Yoruba land. Àbí ìgbà tí wọn ò ṣe dáadáa tí wọn ò ṣe normal òun náà ni gbogbo everybody ń complain don sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa wọn because the purpose the meaning of Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò is generally is like the chief of army staff in Yoruba land. That's the meaning of Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, the chief of army staff. That's the meaning of Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. That is generally Simo. It's time for them to wake up. Everybody wake up. Because if you don't wake up to our own responsibility, everybody will be served breakfast. Yes. Breakfast. Everybody. Even the advanced and most powerful countries in the world, they don't joke with terrorists. It's only in Nigeria you treat terrorists with kid glove. You be pampering them. You be rubbing their head. Drop your weapon and you can come back. We will reintegrate you. You know, there was a time like last year that the CDS, is it CDS, Musa was saying that you people can also become the president of a country. A terrorist come and become a president of a country. You will say, you are expecting a terrorist to contest for councillor, a rep, a senator. What can never happen in Nigeria does not even exist. Because there is nothing that cannot happen in Nigeria. A terrorist can become a governor. We remember during the Nathan era now that some people gathered and they are sponsoring Boko Haram. During Buhari, they were integrated into the government. And you want those people to fight. That is why Nigerian army cannot achieve anything against bandits. Cannot. They cannot achieve anything against bandits because Yoruba will say, Kokoro tó ń jẹ̀fọ́ wá ń di ẹ̀fọ́. The insect that is eating the vegetable is in the root of that vegetable. So how do you want the vegetable to survive? Because the enemy that is perpetrating evil is also in the system. It's also in the system. And when the system is faulty, there is no way things will work. There is no way. This is the result. This is the product of what we are seeing now. Allow them. They can live anywhere. They can live anywhere. They can live anywhere. Now they can live anywhere. 30,000 bandits can find only in Osun State. What of Kwara State that they know that is predominantly controlled by Fulani leaders? What of Ekiti, people that have hills, mountains, forests? What of Ondo that are full of tropical rainforest? A lot of Tongia system in Ondo State. Reserve are in Ondo State. I know the terrain very well. If you move from Bankemo to Ileoluji to all those Akure side to Ore, Okitipupa, all those areas, go to Ekiti. These are the terrain that are very, heavy forest, thick forests. How do we control that? Kudos to Akeredolu when he was alive. He tried. He tried. But all these people, you treat bandits with kid glove. Bandits, Lamakbe. Even they as powerful as America, when they were fighting Taliban, it got to a point that they said they were tired. You can't fight terrorists now. You can't be treating terrorists with kid glove. As small as Hamas, do you know what they did to Israel? Even as small as they are. Because these are the war that you think that you will finish within don't worry, within a month we will finish it. You know terrorist war. Yoruba will say Egbin Ote. That is the way it works. Egbin Ote, because the one when you are fighting one, another one will rise. By the time they said they have overcome Boko Haram, then ISWAP came. By the time they said they have overcome ISWAP, Lakurawa came. That is what we call Egbin Ote. That is the ideology they are using. Now let me continue. I don't want to waste our time. This today's Northerners around Ilesha Ife, they have created villages around there, but there are no Yoruba people living there. Igboho, but there are no Yoruba people. If they successfully create, or let me say, establish 30,000 villages in just one state, and there is no single Yoruba there, wahala ti dey o. This is wahala o. You can see this is a pure trouble. If they have successfully established a 30,000 camp in Osun State, this is massive. This is worrisome because this is problem, and there is no Yoruba there. This is by OPC. They said no single Yoruba there in Yoruba land. In Yoruba land, yo. Hey! Wahala ti wà, pressure ti wà. They have, okay, let me so that we can round up. They have created villages around there, but there are no Yoruba people living there. Unfortunately, most of the communities in Ilesha have been overrun by these mining activities. It is for the miners to hide Boko Haram and ISWAP. Marshall. It is easy for the miners to hide Boko Haram, ISWAP, Lakurawa's member, Adams said as quoted by Sunday Vanguard. Do you see that? For those of you that want to confirm the news on this channel, I say we don't carry fake news. We don't carry. We say it because the purpose of this channel is to achieve freedom. So there's no need for us to be carrying fake news. There's no need for that. Any news you see on this channel is a verified news. This is not just any platform. Adams also lamented the lack of cooperation. The lack of cooperation from Southwest governors. Ó kàn yín kú báyìí, ẹ̀yin gómìnà wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ kúkú gbóyìnbó bí a kì í sọ Yorùbá sí yín kẹ́lẹ́ gbọ́ dáadáa. Wọ́n ti fẹ̀sùn kàn yín, wọ́n lè cooperate. All the governors in Yoruba, they say you are not cooperating with them, that they lack unity, they lack cooperation, that you people are not, you are not united when it comes to issue of security. Security is number one thing for investors to come to any country, for any country to thrive. Because when you put in infrastructures, when you put in facilities, if there's no security, the funders will go there, they will destroy it. If there's no infrastructures, people will not enjoy life. If there's infrastructure and there's no security, you will not enjoy the infrastructures. So those are the things, everything works for good. Everything works hand in hand. Adams also lamented the lack of cooperation from the Southwest governors, stating, I have written to the governors that I am ready to cooperate with them on the security of Yoruba nation. Hey! Ota àbí òtán gbọ̀ngbọ̀ngbọ̀ngbọ̀n. You can see the reason why we are fighting for Yoruba nation now. Because when we have our own nation, things will work. I've said it. Somebody was saying, hey, it is another thing to write it in a book. It's another thing to achieve it. Something that is written in a book, you can go there. Even the Bible says you write your vision down. Okay, this is Yoruba land. This is how we are going to do it. In the first year, second year, third year. If Yoruba declare today, bet it, quote me. I said with what I've seen and I've read. Within 3 years, foreign countries will come and they will be asking us, how are you guys doing it? The way they did to Awolowo in those days. When he was doing it, some people came from US, from France, from other countries. How are you guys doing it? I'm telling you the reality. With what I've read, I've shown you the book before. With what I've read, freedom is what we need. Freedom is what we need. So Gani Adams is now saying, because I want to round up, because of our people that say we should make it short. Gani Adams now said that he has written the letters to all the governors about the security in Yoruba nation, that it is very, very important and paramount. You can check the Vanguard, so it's there. So we don't carry fake news here. They created villages around here. Okay, let me quickly read that so that we can finish that. I've written to the governors that I am ready to cooperate with them on the security of Yoruba nation. All hands must be on deck on security matters. It is unfortunate that our political class play politics with the security of the states. Gani Adams ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Gani Adams is the one that said that people play politics with the issue of security, which is not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to be like that. That's what Gani Adams said. That is what he said. Over 30,000 discovered just in Osun, within Ilesha and Ife. Those people that know that terrain will know that this is a very big area because we have a lot of town in that axis from Ilesha, Osu, Esaoke, Ijebu-Jesha, Ipetumodu, they are around that axis. They are around that axis, and the purpose is to chase away the villagers. By the time they chase away the villagers, they settle down there. You can see that they said they have been there, and there's no single Yoruba living in that place. Help us like this video. Those of you that are watching it, share it to your Yoruba people. Share it to other people so that they will know. It is happening now. It is happening in our eyes. Too bad. Somebody said it's too bad. It's too bad. Thank you. I saw you. Too bad. It's too bad. Over 30,000. Over 30,000 is too bad. Because if we continue like this, now only God knows what we are going to read again this week now. I say, thank you. Only God knows what we are going to read again. Maybe the way that we discover, when we talk about the issue of Sharia in Oyo, immediately we discover Osun. Immediately we discover Ekiti. Ekiti, they even started, operation. But thank God that the king said they don't want to, even the imam, this imam is sacked already. They said they don't want to hear anything. So they are doing something like that. And the imam of the Oba of the place did not know. You can see how these people are so smart. Oba did not know. The governor is not aware. The local government chairman is not aware. The market leaders, they did not even know that something is going on in the market, in the mosque, central mosque in the market. You can see how these people are so craft, how people are so smart in their dealings. So is that kind of people you want to allow them to overrun the states? Who knows what will happen in Osun State, in Ondo State again this week? Who knows in Ekiti, in Kwara, in Kogi, in Edo, in Lagos, even in Lagos, they are there. Most of them, they are the Okada riders. That's why during Fashola, he chased many, he stopped Okada. But today, because Milokan, everybody, so that everybody can live wherever they want. If you go to all this Okada park, or you go to Alaba market, this Alaba Rago in Lagos, you will know that these people are already inside. If you want to know, make trouble with them. You see that within 2 minutes, they will send army. These are the problems we are facing. And Yoruba will say koruni, and people are behaving as if all is well, all is not well. You remember what that man said? Only if we say Nigeria is one, or we are still in Nigeria, we are deceiving ourselves. Help us like the video. Please, I'm begging us. Help us like it. We are gradually going to 20,000 subscribers. Please, help us like it. Help us. If you have not liked it, please like. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Get us to 20,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching.